So right now there's a lot of confusion, a lot of uncertainty. People don't know what's happening. They don't know what's going to happen. But the only way to think about what could happen going forward, logically, intelligently, is to look at the past and ask yourself, are we about to see history repeat itself right now? And if it does, what should I be doing going forward? So the reason why I want to talk about owner financing in today's video, guys, is because I've been talking to a lot of my mentors, a lot of older individuals in the business that have lived through numerous market cycles, and asking them who did the best basically between 2007 and 2012 during the last correction. And pretty much everybody I talked to, all my mentors that did the best are owner finance investors. They played in lower price point properties, they were creating notes and selling notes, creating notes, keeping partial notes, or doing something in the note space. And I want to talk a little bit in this video why you need to focus more on owner financing and creative financing going forward, because if we see a savage trend in this marketplace, you're in a lot of trouble if you're doing specific generic things like flipping houses and just buying rentals or wholesaling or something like that. You need to have more tools in your tool bag to be able to capitalize on what's coming. So let's talk about this, guys, a little bit. So to understand what could happen, I want you to start thinking about what did happen, and let's create a relationship between deals in the marketplace and dollars prepared to fund those deals. Because if there's no money to buy houses and there's no lending going on, you're in a lot of trouble even if you have deals coming in, even if they're great deals, because if you can't close on them, you can't execute them, and you can't exit them, there is no deal, right? So money is very important. It has to be a part of a real estate transaction. It's a very cost-intensive business. So think about what's been happening since 2011. The market has been going straight up. Traditional strategies, wholesaling, flipping houses, buying rentals, even bad investors have been getting bailed out by bad deals because of the massive appreciation in the marketplace. So when there's not a lot of risk and people are seeing the market go up, more people are able to get outside their fear barrier and lend on these deals. So you have a lot of people that are living in your neighborhoods, doctors, attorneys, your friends, your parents, your grandparents, people putting money into real estate businesses or behind real estate investors. Now, what do you think is going to happen when this potentially turns? And all over the media, people are panicked. They're saying the real estate market's crashing, and all over the media, the news is talking about prices are dropping. Do you think these people, all these individuals, these private investors, are going to want to continue on putting their money behind real estate investors in a risky market, or do you think they're going to retract a little bit? So the main thing to understand, guys, is when a market's hot, deal flow is low, but there's funding everywhere, because if there's a good deal, a lot of people want to jump in and fund that to make money because it's a safe transaction in their mind with little uncertainty. But if there's a lot of uncertainty, a lot of fear, a lot of stories in the news, things saying that the market could be turning, people don't want to put money in, people don't want to take a risk. So what do you think that's going to mean? This is going to mean there's less money for these deals, which means raising money going forward is going to be a very important thing you need to do in your business to stay sustained with the volume that you're doing. Now, one of the best ways to get money is direct from the owner. So let's talk about this. Let's talk about owner financing and seller financing and what this can do for you. Okay, guys, let's talk about the buy side and the sell side on why owner financing is so important for you to understand going forward. Because if you can communicate effectively the benefits to a homeowner and show them that they're going to do better with owner financing long term, and they understand it, you're going to pick up an unlimited funding source. Because, guys, there's a lot of people out there that want to fund your property if they understand why this is beneficial to them. Now, the other thing is, on top of the unlimited funding source, when your credit lines are drying up, your hard money lenders that used to be one call away won't pick up the phone anymore, and all these different funding sources you had easy accessibility to start drying up. The one thing besides unlimited funding is also low equity deals are going to be able to be accomplished doing this type of strategy. So if you only have high equity transactions under your belt, you're very limited as an investor on what you can do as leads come in the future. So the big reasons why I think you should be looking into this, guys, how to communicate this and understand this, the financing side, is because this is a massive funding source that you can touch into when other funding sources are drying up. And this is something that you can do a low equity strategy on, increasing the dollar return on the dollars you're spending in the marketplace. Because if you're getting a lot of low equity deals and you're just throwing them in the trash when they could be monetized, you're not making the most with the money you're spending in your business. Now let's talk about the sell side, how this can help you dramatically, especially if some of you guys have markets turning and it's getting tougher and tougher to sell houses. Okay, guys, now what I want to talk about is the sell side, why this is so important for owner finance investors going forward. If the market does turn, which is crazy as it sounds, it may not turn, because if they pump more stimulus money in, guys, we could see a longer time period where this doesn't happen. But let's say it does turn, what are you going to do when your properties don't sell and you have big carrying costs and there's no buyers, at least at the price point that you wanted it? One of the best ways to exit these deals is to open up the buyer pool. Now, how do you open up the buyer pool? You open it up for owner financing, because now everybody that could qualify for traditional financing is still a buyer open to buy that property, but you've opened up another market share, more people in your marketplace that have the money to buy a house they just might not be bank financeable at the current moment. They could have had a major health issue. They could have been going through a divorce or a bankruptcy or a bad business split up. Something happened to them that hurt their credit for a long time, hurt their financial situation, and they're not bounced back in the mind's eye of the computer systems, which usually are what's approving these individuals. But when you look at them as an owner finance investor, this may be a great borrower. So you're going to increase the amount of people that can buy your properties, as well as if funding sources are drying up because the banks are drying up and tightening of requirements, credit scores are going up, interest rates are going up, things are happening on the external force and the external force side of the world with the banks and all this. The only thing you can do is control your internal business, which is you direct to the seller. If you can take the middle party out, which has a lot of control of the situation, and you're going direct from the seller to the buyer or vice versa, you have more control over your deals. So you're going to have more buyers in the marketplace. You're going to have less interaction with other people that can cause these deals to mess up. And the third thing is you're going to be doing is you can take deals that traditionally wouldn't work because they have very low equity spreads and create it, because most people will pay a premium to the marketplace to buy a house on owner financing as compared to buying it direct with a traditional bank loan. A lot of times you can sell property 10-15% premium to the marketplace, and these people are grateful to have this opportunity to be a homeowner. So you're going to be able to get more out of your properties, sell them for a higher price point, have a bigger buyer pool, and less third-party interaction that's going to cause you headaches and stress that you're always having to wait for people to qualify, etc. So there's a lot of reasons why you need to learn this. Now, a lot of individuals that I think you guys should be listening to out there right now: Mitch Stephen, always a great one when it comes to owner financing. Tim Cook, I've done podcasts with both these individuals, guys, on here. There's lots of different strategies you guys can look into, just strict owner financing, owner finance wraps, sub-2 wraps, all these different transactions that investors are doing around the country. This is the time to start educating yourself aggressively on these strategies, coming forward over the next few years. These strategies are going to pick up. You're going to see foreclosures pick up, REOs pick up, short sales pick up, low equity deals pick up. This is just my opinion, shared by a lot of others' opinions, but guys, you need to start focusing on owner financing. I have a lot of great videos on my channel. If you go back through the feed and look for those. Also, if you go check out Mitch Stephen and Tim Cook, you're going to find some great information there. Hope you guys like these quick tips and understand why you need to be looking into this more closely going forward, guys. It can change your business forever. Don't lose this opportunity. Don't not take the time to learn this and get caught in spots later in the future where you're getting leads coming in on a daily basis saying, if I only spent time learning this ahead of time, I could capitalize on this today. Because the future, you capitalize on that by learning today. So when the opportunities show up, you're prepared to handle them. Hope you liked the video, guys. Appreciate all you guys that watch the channel. Subscribe, like, share it around. You know the drill, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Have a good day.